The Trump administration has guaranteed to the state of Israel, as well as reassured Israel that if it does not achieve this via diplomatic means, it may return to active warfare. What are we to take out of that, and to what degree are the various calculations related to this also in the calculus of the enemy?
Look, obviously, we're not jealous of any political echelon that has to make this decision. But as you said, we're not comfortable in our own skin seeing this deal. In fact, we're a bit itchy, so to speak, because the Israeli public generally fears that we will go back to October 6th, meaning that the Hamas will be as threat on Israeli civilians as it was before the war. And it's not as difficult for this terrorist group supported by Iran to rearm and regroup and plan another October 7. And I have to tell you something. We have become disillusioned from nice promises about the future of Gaza and the next operations and so on. If Israel does not resume the war at the end of this hostage deal, that will be a very hard sell to the Israeli public. And I think that, yes, an objective of this war is to release the hostages. Of course, it's a debt that Israel has to its citizens. But then a strategic objective, the final status of this war would be to really usher in a new reality in the Gaza Strip. And we have an opportunity now that we've never faced before, and we used to have international legitimacy to do just that. But I have to say that up until now, there was mainly the White House that has pressured Israel to do the opposite, namely not to win a war. Israel has, for the past 50 years, has not defined a war objective as winning a war, but rather postponed the next round ever since the Yom Kippur War to the date, to be honest, October 6, 1973. We all remember how before, at the eve of the Six-Day War, the Johnson administration pressured Israel not to launch a preemptive strike, and Hessen, the CIA representative in Israel, pressured heavily Meir Amit, the head of the CIA, head of the Mossad, not to launch a preemptive strike until such guarantees were given to the Americans. Now I feel like the Trump administration has a completely different tone to it. They are well aware of that the Hamas evil in Gaza is a problem of the free world and the United States. It is standing in the way of peace process in the Middle East. And so they are determined, in my opinion, to allow Israel to resume fighting, to release the other 60 hostages, and to finish off Hamas that perpetrated the worst massacre against Jewish people since the Holocaust. I think they're determined. I think they're clear-eyed about it, as we are. And I'm confident that we will see hostages back home, as well as we'll resume the fighting to complete the other objectives of this war.